Hey y'all, so I'm using a 7 by 11 pan. You can use an 8 by 8 or 9 by 9. Or if you want to double it and use a larger pan, you can, a 9 by 13. But what you're going to do is take the pan, put the stick of butter in the oven. It's going to be heated on 350. I'm going to use self-rising flour. If you don't have self-rising, you can make it with regular flour. So for every cup of flour, you're going to have 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of fine salt. And you're going to mix that together and you have self-rising flour. So the butter is going to be melting in the oven. It don't take long as it's heating up. While the butter is heating up, that's when you're going to mix your ingredients, and that don't take long. So by the time the butter is melted, you're going to take it out and throw the rest of the ingredients in your pan. All right, y'all. So the butter is melted, all right, in the oven. Now we're going to take that sugar, milk, and flour mixture, and we're going to pour it into on top of the butter. And we're not going to mix it up. You just pour it right on top. Stop. All right, and then you can use peaches. I've done this with peaches before. Another way to make like a peach cobbler. But I'm using blueberries this time. You can use them fresh. I'm not doing that right now. And you're just gonna drop it. What you would do, you're not gonna drain it. If you have peaches or blueberries, you're gonna put the fruit on top. Again, you're not mixing it. And then you would take the juice of whatever fruit that you're using, and then you would pour it on top. Enough. So keep the juice, don't drain it, but you'll pour that slowly on top. And when it cooks, it's actually going to cook around the fruit. Again, I love blueberries, so this is what, and they're out of season here in the backyard, so I'm using the can. All right, so we're going to put this now back in the oven for 30 to 45 minutes. All right, y'all. So if you do want to use fresh fruit, you can use the apples, peaches, cherries, blueberries, whatever. You would peel it, core it, get 2 cups of fresh fruit, and then you would have a cup of sugar, a cup of water, and then you would boil that and simmer it down and cook it for 10 minutes, and that's what you would use for your fruit mixture. All right, y'all. So I did it for about 40 minutes because I like mine a little brown, but if you don't like that much brown on yours, you see the butter coming up, it'll still soak in. I'm gonna let it rest probably for about an hour because I don't want it falling apart. But look at that, y'all. All right. And you see we didn't mix anything in. We just poured everything on top. And the bread, even y'all, you missed it. But as I was putting it back in the oven, the bread on the outside had already started cooking in that butter. So the dough, as you can see, is going to rise and everything's going to cook around it. Let me see if I can show y'all. See the bottom? See all that? So some of the fruit's on the bottom, some is on the top. It's nice and crusty all on the edges. I'm about to tear this up. The crust for me is the best part. The mushiness, not so much, but that makes up for it with the crust. But again, I'm going to let this sit, and it's probably going to be gone in the next few days. But yeah, so that was easy, y'all. I call this the dump blueberry, all right? The dump blueberry cobbler, or the dump peach cobbler, or apple cobbler, or cherry. I think I'm going to do cherry next. You can use blackberries, you can use pear. So yes, so let me know if y'all try this. This was super easy. If you have at least a cup of sugar, a cup of flour, a cup of milk, and a stick of butter and some fruit, you got yourself a cake or a cobbler. And if you didn't want to use fruit, this is like a sweet little muffin cake without the fruit. Y'all let me know if you try it. This is delicious, one of my favorites, and it's so easy. But thank y'all for watching. Love y'all.